Bala, hi.
Good afternoon, Raj.
So, continuing with our series of report cards. We don't call it report cards because we never liked it in school.
Yeah, school, but unfortunately, that is the headline that I have given for the playlist that we have made for this series of videos.
Which is what I said, which is why I said that. So, anyway, we'll see. The idea is just to talk about what we felt was happening or not happening in that, but for that particular team in that season. So the caveat is that we are neither for or against the team, neither for or against anybody. It is just that what we are observed, what we observed, we are just saying.
But all we are for all these teams.
Yes.
We are for all these teams.
We love all these teams to sort of win. I mean, at the end of the day, only one will win. But then, to use the oldest cliche in cricket, cricket is the winner.
Cricket is the winner. Ravi Shastri is the winner, man.
Yeah, that is because cricket is the winner. Oh no, I don't know. Whatever. Now we'll get confused again. So yeah, coming to Kings 11, what was your I mean, if you were to describe this in one sentence, or I don't know, two sentences, what would you say?
I would say it is impossible to describe it in one sentence.
Okay.
Because that was the kind of they started off pretty well, impressive. Immediately after their first two matches, they went into they lost all those close matches, and then they got into a winning streak. And their last two matches, they were back to their usual Kings 11 Punjab. How do you find a pattern in these teams, man? It was, this was more oscillating than the American elections, man. You never knew which way they were going. You never knew which Kings 11 Punjab would turn up, and they were mighty impressive for the middle part. They had very good individual contributions right from the start. I was more than Rahul. I was very much impressed with Mayank Agarwal. And of course, you had great run of scores from Gale. Nicholas Pooran was impressive. Then there was a huge daylight gap because Maxwell never turned up. And none of the other Indian batsmen had a great out. And their bowling unit was inconsistent all through.
I will say.
So how do you sum up these things in a single sentence?
I will put it this way. I mean, for them, I think if I were to even try to summarize it in one sentence or one line, I would say they got Maxwell. They just got Maxwelled. That's all. So why he was there? Yeah, why he was there?
Nothing was well.
Yeah. So why he was there? What he was supposed to do? Was the team sure of what they wanted out of him? Was he sure of what he wanted to do? Like Gautam said, suddenly he stood with he had a 2-wide stance. In fact, yesterday in the I think what was that first eliminator? I caught a glimpse of Kane Williamson also standing like that for a couple of deliveries. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah. So sorry for digressing. So
you say there is a reason for Kane Williamson doing it, but you don't see that reason in Maxwell.
No, the reason was there, but then the reason never got fulfilled. He still kept doing the same stupid thing.
Because your reason should be borne out by the result, no?
Yeah, correct. So see, here was the case where again, this was a team which had all the right ingredients. If at all I question, exactly. if I were to question, or if I were to say, what is it that they missed? Maybe just that one extra fast bowler at the top.
Exactly.
Yeah, along with Shami. And Shami had a pretty good season this time.
He was good.
So no complaints there. Barring one or two matches.
And their two leg spinners were very good. Ravi Bishnoi.
We'll come to that. So we had that entire team there. I mean, the team itself was there, and you had a good coach who was a thinking coach, who was a thinking captain, all of that.
Anil Kumble.
Yeah, it is just sort of. It was almost like they had this death wish. I mean, remember the matches that they lost.
Exactly.
One goes into a super over because.
They didn't take a single of 3 balls available.
Yes. So that was one. And the second case they've scored 200. They scored one of the highest or the highest score in an IPL match and then get beaten they got Tivatiyad, if I can use that. I think that is now a verb.
Tivatiyad. That is the verb.
Verb now, yeah, that is a verb under usage. And actually, Rahul was not the only one who Tivatiyad them during the tournament. Quite a few fellows did that. matches which in our
Exactly.
mind they would have won, they suddenly ended up losing, and then I mean, you then eventually you had to look at that forlorn face of their captain KL Rahul. So I mean, I don't know.
But to
Maybe
be
it's
fair
that.
to them, they also won. I mean, they also won. So to be fair to them, as you said, they had the right ingredients, but unfortunately, there was no consistency in their efforts.
Yeah. So see, for me, that was the thing.
My major problem was with not Rahul's batting, with his captaincy. This is his first season as a captain, I think,
Yeah.
and full season as a captain, and I think he has a still long way to go before he can be a real captaincy material, because his captaincy was not, to me, was not inspiring.
Yeah.
I have to say it because I say this as a fan of Rahul.
Yeah, I agree with you. I tend to agree with you, and because Anil Kumble probably is not the sort of coach who runs the game from the dugout. Maybe that is the only change they want to make, in my mind at least. Although who's the other, I mean, who are the options they have at this moment? I can't think of any. They don't have. See,
It's a
KXIP,
tough one.
yeah.
Tough one.
So KXIP is one of the teams where they don't have an extra captain to bank on.
But I would still persist with Rahul, but I will try and work around Rahul, because I wouldn't want to change the captain. I would want a change.
See, again, Bala, the point is that you can, I mean, having been a leadership enhancement person and coach and whatever else, I strongly believe that leadership can be generated and built. It is possible.
It can be inculcated.
It is. I mean, when people say there are born leaders, I agree there are born leaders, but then there are leaders who can actually be made. So that part is true. It's just a question of, does he really want the job? I'm not sure about that, because he was given the job because they wanted to trade Ashwin, and they didn't have anybody else in that level or in that team, if you remember it. For me, that is the challenge. So see, leadership works well when you have somebody alongside you as part
but
of
he
the
seemed
leadership.
burdened all through.
Yeah. So here you didn't see that.
By the burden of the task.
Yeah.
So much so it also started affecting his batting, because during the middle overs, he seemed to be suddenly became too slow. He started off very well, but he became too slow. So much so it cost the matches. Though he was scoring runs consistently, the way he was scoring them cost the match, lot of matches. At least two I can remember.
Yeah. So which is where you see, I agree with you when you say Mayank Agarwal actually had a far better outing than KL Rahul in terms of the matches, is what I feel, because see, he was scoring runs when he was scoring them quick. Because we're talking about 20 overs here. I mean, we are talking about 120 deliveries. You don't have too much to play around with, right? I mean, that's all there is.
And when your top four is Rahul, Agarwal, Gale, and Pooran,
yeah,
that covers a lot of things.
Yeah. So somewhere it was almost like he was preparing for Maxwell's failure. He was preparing for the lower order batsman to fail. So let me hang around. So I think that is, which is why I'm saying that is I think again, I'm not saying that he shouldn't be captain. That somebody shouldn't work with him or anything. I'm just saying that, I mean, he is in that state where he's just taking on too much without maybe having built the core strength for it. I think that is where it. And then he has again, they have a good team. If at all anybody is missing, I think probably it's just gun fast bowler who can be around. Now we can actually come to look at the successes.
Sheldon Cottrell is good. I mean, he had one bad match against. Rather than going to Jordan, I think they could have gone back and tried Cottrell again. Don't you think so?
Yeah, so see, those were the examples I'm saying. No, so I mean, just because he got pummeled by Tewatia, I mean, again, it doesn't mean that he's a bad bowler. He actually was. See, now look at another thing. Kings XI's challenge was that they were not taking wickets early on, just like KKR. They were not taking wickets in the power play.
Okay.
Unless Shami took wickets, see, Shami was the only one who was taking wickets. And then they were relying on the likes of Murugan Ashwin and Ravi Bishnoi to take wickets in the past.
I mean, they rose to the challenge, man.
Yeah, they did. But then, see, when you are focusing on that, you know something is not working for you in the beginning, right? That they rose to the challenges is the good part. That they were faced with that challenge is what I'm talking about. I think that is the challenge.
Okay.
I think,
but
other
the
than that,
problem is their foreign bowling, because Maxwell, you rightly said, he was a failure. Jimmy Neesham, then again, his role was not clearly defined, and you never knew whether he was going or coming. And then again, Jordan and Cottrell, they also had their problem. So
Yeah.
when their foreign players had a problem, the team faces the brunt of it.
yeah, so Jordan, see, for me, Jordan was a guy who, I mean, I think he should have been persistent with right from the beginning, because he is your death bowler. See, I mean, he sort of started doing well towards the latter part. Initially, he probably went for a few runs. So, see, I mean, that is another thing. So you sort of, I mean, if you look at the Kings 11 team, I mean, I'll just sort of look at, I mean, let's just look at the team that they brought. I mean, they had in this IPL. It's a very interesting scenario that I see. So, Mandeep Singh, Karun Nair, Sarfaraz Khan,
They have a
Mayank
very
Agarwal.
good squad, man.
Yeah, I'll read out batsmen listed at batsmen. Mandeep Singh, Karun Nair, Sarfaraz Khan, Mayank Agarwal, Chris Gayle. All of them played one batch or the other. Then you had all-rounders, Harpreet Brar.
Played 3 matches.
Yeah, I mean, at least one match is what I said. So Harpreet Brar.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Tajinder Singh, Deepak Hooda. Deepak Hooda was the guy who actually missed out because he seemed to be in terrific form. Glenn Maxwell, Krishnappa Gautam. They are the all-rounders. I don't think Harpreet and Tajinder got a look in. The others came in. Hooda didn't bowl at all. Didn't need to. You had good spinners, so it was fine. Wicket keeper, KL Rahul, Nicholas Puran, Simran Singh. All of them kept wickets. One or the other.
Exactly.
Right? See, that is what I'm driving to. You see what happened.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now you had Chris Jordan, Ravi Bishnoi, Arshdeep Singh, Mujibur Rahman, Sheldon Cottrell, Mohammad Shami, Darshan Nalkande, Murugan Ashwin, Suchit, Hardus Willian. We didn't see Willian at all unless he wasn't there.
Exactly.
We kept talking about this. And the only other chap who didn't get a bowl was Ishan Porel, which was surprisingly good bowler.
Exactly. He's going to Australia, man, with the Indian team. No.
Yes. So now,
squad, but as a standby.
See, now you see what I'm saying. I don't think they were very clear. See, when you have a team, I'm assuming you were part of the think tank in selecting that team, or were you? Did KL Rahul know that these players
at all properly?
Yeah. No, my point is, did KL Rahul as captain, did he know that these are the players whom he is going to deal with? Or did he land there and say, okay, this is what I have now. Let me see what I can make out of that. I don't know. I'm just leaving that open. So, see, you mentioned about certain team owners being more proactive than certain other team owners. I'm sort of driving at that. I don't know. I mean, like I said, we don't have answers. Because I don't even remember now.
Punjab is not known for its consistency in its general approach.
Yes, which is fine. You can change, right? Yeah, you can see what is past is past. It's okay. It's gone. My point is that, you see, this is where I would say, you know what? This is what. Are you seeing this? See, sitting outside, we are saying this. Is this something you are seeing? Do you see this as a possibility? Is this what it is? I don't remember when Ashwin was moved and this guy KL Rahul got the captaincy. Was it before the auction or after the auction? I can't remember.
After that, even I wouldn't. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. So in which case, who was the deciding authority when the team was chosen? Who decided to wave the magic wand? Not the one who was waving it, but who decided that? Who were the players that you wanted?
How do you see this team panning out in the future? I mean, that's the question that we generally get to as we wind up this particular segment.
When we run out of ideas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In that sense, we would have cut it short right at the start, man.
Yeah. But then it's surprisingly we do have ideas.
Much worse than Punjab.
Yeah. So no, again,
sometimes we are much worse than Punjab.
I know, most times. So see, again, I feel that again the core is there. Chris Gayle is the only one who probably would, whose position you need to fill, which I feel can be filled exceedingly well by Nicholas Puran.
He is
right? So,
damn. His
yeah,
six hitting is amazing.
amazing. Yeah, he poor fellow. He has not. He also didn't get all his chances the way he would have wanted. But then that's the way it comes out to. I think they need to have again. You need to have somebody at 5 and 6. Somebody like I don't know. I mean, somebody like a guy who can actually come in and bludgeon. So every time you think of it, you only think of Kieron Pollard and Hardik Pandya because they have been they are the ones doing it consistently. So I mean, I think Marcus Stoinis is another one you can look at. I mean, that sort of a player who can an impact player who
That
can
sort of
actually,
player.
yeah, who can come in and David Miller was there, I think, for them. Where was David Miller? Which team is he in now?
He is with the Rajasthan Royals now.
Okay, now I think
Rajasthan Royals. He is now with Royals.
Yeah, David Miller was a good person for Kings 11 earlier, if you remember. Maybe
Yeah,
they should
he
do
put
a
him-
trade-off, and maybe they should, if there is a trading window, they should bring David Miller back here because anyway he was carrying drinks with RR.
I mean, whether they trade David Miller or not, they should just leave out Maxwell. That's simple, man. My diagnosis is very
So
simple.
simple. So that is always there. So I mean, see, if you trade Maxwell, you will actually get two David Millers, man. Because I think Maxwell cost them a bomb, if I remember right. So
Yeah, that's
yeah.
But you said it, man. You described Maxwell as worse is Kedar Jadhav.
Yeah, yeah, seriously. So that is what it was. So he was neither here, neither in the batting department, nor in the bowling department. I mean, he was just all over the place. I don't know. I mean, whether he came with a lot of expectations, but the fact is that he came off some good form because he did score a century in the last ODI against England. So it's not as if he was completely out of sync or something. What happened to him, only he can tell. But I mean, you are right because I think that is the only position that they need to fill, and maybe they need to see. Mohammad Shami is one bowler. We didn't talk about the bowlers, so let us just finish that also. I was actually extremely impressed by Murugan Ashwin. I mean, I know he's a good bowler, and Ravi Bishnoi started off, but then I started getting impressed with him as we moved on. I think he definitely is a good guy. I still think he should slow down his run up. That's a different matter. That is my personal opinion. I think I want.
A large heart. He's not afraid to bowl in in difficult situations.
Yeah, he's another Chahal for you.
That is
So I think he should look at Chahal and probably learn a few tricks from there. You see, Chahal also was, when he came in, if you remember Chahal of 6 years back, he would run in very fast. So it's when he slowed down that run up that he started getting the entire hip and this portion into the bowling. And that is where I mean, as a leg spinner, Shane Warne, you remember Shane Warne.
He became much more effective.
Yes. Why Shane Warne? Yesterday, if you look at between Chahal and Zampa in the other match, Zampa was bowling so well because of his ability, slowing it down, and ability to sort of give it a real tweak. So I think he's good. Arshdeep has future. He just needs to add a lot of muscle to his bowling. I feel he's just coming in and bowling. He just needs to add a lot of muscle to his bowling. He needs
to add muscle to his own self.
Yeah, that obviously.
He's too thin for a fast bowler.
Yeah. No, even if you don't have muscles, you look at somebody like Navdeep Saini. He's skinny. He's all sinew. That is fine.
Wiry, almost.
Wiry, yeah. So it is. See, maybe that is his body constitution. He just needs to sort of, again, like fast bowling, this portion and this portion, I think they come into play. So I mean, sometimes I feel he's just running in and putting the ball there. Now that is not going to help. That is where I have a challenge. I think, but then he's a young guy, young kid. He's just a kid off the blocks. I think the future is there for him. I mean, all of these guys tend to come back and surprise you, and I love to be surprised like that. So I say, you know what, this is the problem. Like Jaddu. I mean, Jaddu as a batsman was not somebody that I always...
I mean, particular moment of this World Cup, I mean, IPL, that boundary line saved by Nicholas Pooran.
Yeah.
That would, for me, remain the most spectacular moment of this IPL. And
yeah.
just for that, we need to take our hats off to Punjab. It's too bad they couldn't make it to the playoff, but it happens. But only the problem is it keeps happening regularly in the case of Kings 11 Punjab. They need to work on that for sure.
Yeah. So I think we'll wind this segment with a wicket thought from my side. So, I mean, RCB has always been like that. Now, I think the Karnataka players in the Kings 11, they're taking that too seriously, man. The Karnataka tag too
seriously. Exactly.
And behaving like RCB.
Redu. Exactly.
I think we'll leave it there.
That's true.
So, yeah. So good. I think we'll come back for more later. So thanks once again, Bala. Keep
Sure.
watching, have fun, and we'll see
Thanks,
you soon.
Raj.
Bye.
Bye.